hier in einer Badewanne, die ungefähr 2 Stunden nördlich von New York entfernt ist, die bis oben hin gefüllt ist mit Weltmünzen aus aller Herren Ländern, aus Dänemark, Frankreich, Deutschland. Das sind sicherlich hunderttausende Münzen, die sich hier drin befinden. Und im Vergleich zu dem, was hier um mich herum passiert, ist das hier noch recht überschaubar und recht klein. Denn um mich herum sind hier in Kisten, in Eimern, in Säcken und in allen anderen Behältnissen, die man sich so vorstellen kann, sind insgesamt 300 Millionen Münzen zu finden und Abermillionen von Banknoten. Ich bin hier zu Besuch bei einer Firma namens Educational Coin Company, die seit vielen Jahrzehnten Münzen aus aller Welt zusammensammelt, erstmal hier auf Lager legt, von einzelnen Stücken sicherlich Zehntausende, Hunderttausende Stücke auf Lager hat und diese dann in besondere Verpackungen verpackt und vor allem Geschichten zu diesen Münzen erzählt und versucht, diese Münzen sowohl Sammlern als auch Neulingen näher zu bringen. Und nicht nur einfach das Münzzeichen und den Jahrgang herauszustellen, sondern die Geschichte hinter der Münze zu erzählen. Und diese Münzen gehen in alle Welt. Und hier in diesem Lager befinden sich natürlich neben Weltmünzen auch Hunderttausende Münzen aus Deutschland, aus Frankreich und aus allen anderen europäischen Ländern. Und wenn man hier so durchgeht durch die Hallen, dann hat man den Eindruck, dass das hier so eine Art, ja, man kann sagen, ein Friedhof für europäische Münzen ist, für deutsche Münzen. Hier liegen Inflationsbanknoten, Kaiserreich, die deutsche Mark ist hier vertreten, eimerweise. Also man kann tatsächlich sagen, der Friedhof für Vor-Euro-Münzen ist hier in der Nähe von New York zu finden und den schaue ich mir jetzt mal etwas genauer an. Auf den ersten Blick ist die blanke Masse der Münzen in diesem Lagerhaus einfach unglaublich. Ich habe deshalb den Kreativdirektor der Educational Coin Company gefragt, wie er auf einer Cocktailparty einem Fremden erklären würde, womit seine Firma ihr Geld verdient.
It depends on how much I want to like them and how much I want them to run for the hills, I suppose. No, I say that we up the road in Highland, somewhere sort of remote, there's a warehouse that has more coins than you could possibly imagine. And, from ancient coins to modern coins, and that my job basically is to tell stories about the coins and the banknotes also to get people interested in buying them. So what I do is take the coins, whether maybe they're Roman, maybe they're Judean, maybe they're medieval, and I put them together in sets and tell a story that, told through the coins, the history through the coin.
In meinem Gespräch mit Greg wollte ich auch wissen, welchen Nutzen die Educational Coin Company insbesondere für Münzenhändler anbietet.
I mean, I think, we can do a lot of things. We've worked with people in the past and created packages and products that people can use. I'm a writer by trade, so I'm always interested in the storylines and the copywriting and stuff like that. But we can get them, lots of different things. And I think for a collector or somebody that's dealing in very specific things with this small niche market, what we like to do is get them to expand the market a little bit and think beyond straight numismatics into a more general audience.
Aus der Ferne sieht das Inventar der Educational Coin Company wohl aus wie ein riesiges Altmetalllager. Doch Greg hat mir erklärt, wie sich aus diesem Haufen Geld noch mehr Geld machen lässt.
What makes this business so interesting from a business standpoint is the fact that we have so much inventory. I mean, usually most businesses, they want to keep their inventory low. That's, I think, what they teach at business school. Mm-hmm. I'm an English major, so I don't know anything about business school, but I'm told that's what they teach. You want the inventory to be low and stuff like that. So our business model here is exactly the opposite. He will buy anything in quantity if the price is low enough and sit on it for decades until the price rises to the point where it can be sold. And it's a really interesting, counterintuitive business model, and it's worked really well. And I don't think anybody else has done it. Certainly no one's done it as successfully. Just having the capability to identify what to buy, to figure out where the deals are, and stuff like that. Over time, years and years and years. I mean, there's stuff in here that's has been here since before I was born, that he's accumulated over the years and bought at what were very low prices at the time. And you sit on it long enough, and then it becomes more valuable, just like anything. So it's a really fascinating business model.
Bei meinem Rundgang durch das Lager der Educational Coin Company zeigte mir der Vizepräsident Robin Danziger, wie seine Firma aus Massenware spannende numismatische Schätze produziert.
Let's see, what should be an interesting one here? There's so many, and it's hard to decide which one we should look at. Here's one. This is an interesting coin. This is not an ancient coin. This is a coin that was minted not that long ago. Were you aware of the fact that Joseph Stalin, who was chief of the of the Soviet Union for a very long time, did not make any Russian coins with his picture on it? However, the Czech Republic, Czechoslovakia rather, did issue a coin. There's a picture of Joseph Stalin that appeared on just one time. It was a one-year issue, and it was issued, as I mentioned, Yugoslavia. The year was 1949. And it was on the occasion of the dictator's 70th birthday. And we happen to have found a small group of these things. They're very hard to locate, and they're not cheap. So we found a good deal, and we've made a little package about them. I really like the collections because I think they're especially interesting. And this is a collection. It's called the Ancient Silk Road. In this particular one here, we have the china from the Banliang province. Banliang, not province, but this was issued in between the 2nd and the 4th century BC. It's the first actual cash coin that was made with the famous square hole, and that really started a 2,000-year series that ended in the early 1900s. It effectively with the same design. Old coins, especially, are really not terribly interesting unless you know the story. There's an old saying in the coin business that before you buy the coin, you buy the book. These are drawers where we keep banknotes to fill in when the table gets full. It gets out. And when we're doing that, we'll take a brick like this and we'll take a few hundred and put them out so that the people who fill orders have an easier time to find what they're looking for. And what else do we have here? We have some other package which we like very much, very proud of it. This is a package we use to put banknotes. This happens to be a banknote holder with the theme being the hyperinflation in Weimar Germany. And here we have banknotes beginning with a small 1,000 mark from 1922. And I think at the end we probably will get up to the 100 million mark and then 500 million mark. And these were issued in 1923. For those of you who were around back then, you probably would be bringing a wheelbarrow full of these to buy a package of cigarettes, And on the way to buy the cigarettes at the store, you would be attacked, and people would steal your wheelbarrow and dump the money onto the ground. And this was the way things worked back then.
Im Lager der Educational Coin Company verstecken sich nicht nur viele Geschichten rund um einzelne Münzen, sondern auch die Lebensgeschichte des Firmengründers David Lattice.
Well, I had a childhood friend, actually a boy who went to college with me for a couple of years, dropped out and became a coin dealer at age 16, 17, 18. He came to me with a proposition. He said, England is demonetizing the farthing. We could go buy farthings for very, very cheap. I'm sure they'll sell in the American market. So we bought 1 million farthings. Cost, I don't know, $2,500, shipped them to the United States, started advertising them in Coin World at 12 times our cost, sold like crazy. Did a few other things similar to that, and between that and a few other successful projects, and decided it's going to be a business. So we started doing more things, and then we discovered India. No one was going to India. India was a treasure house of coins in those days. This is the early 1960s, 63, 64, 65, and we were able to go there many times. I went, he went, and we found that there were just wonderful coins that could be bought. Victorian silver, Victorian gold, at bullion price. And we bring them to the United States, where the coin business was pretty hot at that time, sell them quickly, go back and get more. For 4 or 5 years we did almost nothing but India.
Manchmal entwickelt sich rund um bestimmte Münzen oder Banknoten auch völlig überraschend ein besonderes Geschäftsmodell.
We were approached in 1996 by a marketing company saying this was the time that Bill Clinton was going to run against Bob Dole, I guess it was.
Yeah.
And the Republicans were looking for scandal in the Clinton administration to go after. The Clinton administration had had a problem with him getting some money from a West Coast bank that was owned by the Riyadi family in Indonesia. And they apparently had transferred money into this bank, which really was to be given as a political contribution because foreigners weren't allowed to contribute. So the smell was not too good, and the Republicans were trying to think of how to take advantage of it. And they said, wonderful, we're going to put on a mailing, mail 300,000 pieces to our clients. We will take one of these nice little Indonesian banknotes, overprint it, admit one, and say, this is your ticket to the White House. Indonesian money gets you into the White House. They mailed 300,000 pieces. Okay. That's the kind of customer we got over the years to buy these crazy little, ugly, small banknotes. I'll tell you, with the same banknotes, aside from having the Indonesian 10, we had the 1 cent, 5 cent, 10 cent, 25 cent, and 50 cent. And we decided we wanted to send some to Europe just to sit with some friends there, so it would be easier if we could find any customers to find them. So we put 500,000. They came in boxes of 100,000 pieces, the banknotes. So we took 5 boxes, arranged for an ocean shipment, got as far as New York, disappeared. 500,000, these 5 crates disappeared. I later met a dock boss. We used to get lots of sea shipments, and I would go with the trucker to pick them up. And somehow he knew well. He said, "Oh, you're the guys with the money. Oh. You know about the lost banknotes?" And I said, "Yeah, they were ours." He said, "Oh, yeah. Well, some friends of mine know a lot about those. Apparently, they broke open one box, took some of them, ran around New York City trying to sell them. Found everybody would just, we don't want this. This is junk." And we threw them in the river. So somewhere in the East River or the West or the Hudson on the other side, there's 500,000 Indonesian banknotes. And they may be in good shape because the Indonesian banknotes came in a lousy wooden box, but inside the wooden box was a tin box that had been soldered shut. So they may still be good. So if anybody wants to go looking for them, I don't think they've gone up in value that much, but it's a hope.